I'd like to introduce you to the Discovery 57 Peregrine, seen here at Berthon Lymington Marina on her arrival from a ship from the Caribbean. She is here with us to be sold. As you can see, she has great Ron Holland good looks, a dark blue hull and a smart dark blue stripe on the superstructure. As with all Discoveries, she has a really good transom for boarding, and she also has a robust passerelle and stainless steel davits. Set up for Caribbean use, there is a big bimini, and here is the signature Discovery rig with swept-back spreaders, powered furling rig. And now we're going to step on board. Teak decks are in great shape. Self-tacking jib. She has two front sails. Both headsail furlers are electrically operated. The mainsail is also push button and is hydraulic. Both are made by Reckman. The inner is for the self-tacker and the furthest forward is for the low-cut genoa. She has dolphin seats, and she also has simply enormous and very smart white forward lazarette. Here her lines and running rigging is here in storage. As you will see, it is a very clear jet deck, and she has flush hatches. Great pilot house and huge vision from the front windows, which are formed into gutters in the superstructure. Twin whisker poles, white painted Selden mast, all in lovely condition. As with all Discoveries, the controls for the three sails come back to the cockpit, so you don't leave the cockpit when you're at sea and you're controlling the sails. Then we come down the side deck. Nice wide side decks and high gunnels, stainless steel handholds, and she also has here gas locker. All in great condition. The teak deck doesn't show any appreciable signs of wear whatsoever. The main sheet is aft, well out of the way of the cockpit, and you've got that great entry into the cockpit itself. Gin and tonic seats. Lots and lots of space, and the life raft is on the port side. Permanently mounted passerelle. Big davits. She's got a 11-foot AB rib, which lives on those with pedestal controls and a 20 horsepower outboard. Twin wheels, these work really well. Controls on both sides, also the Volvo controls. Raymarine kit on this boat. She was first delivered in 2014, and she has sailed in the Mediterranean and the Caribbean, and as I mentioned earlier, she's just been shipped back to Berthon to be sold. Generous size cockpit table, which is teak and just been scrubbed bare. There you can see the Raymarine repeaters, and here are the controls for the main and the jib. She's wearing one large bimini, and there is another one which permanently can fit over the helm position for warm water sailing. Now we've stepped below. She does have an amazing light and airy interior. At the moment the ocean air blinds are down. She has Antico flooring, cherry and wenge interior woodwork. Look at that compass rose and the burr of the main table, which collapses in half to make a coffee table should you wish. On the port side you've got another generous sofa, and then you have also got plenty of chart storage, as you would expect on a Discovery. TV appears from this area. Extra storage here. These boats are very clever for storage, and there are lots of custom touches. This panel that you can see on the left hand side was custom put in for this owner, and as ever you have the nav station interior watchkeeping position with solid wenge panel. All in great shape. Everything is in full operational condition. The owner has prepared her beautifully for sale. She's got full communications and a leather nav seat. And then you go down into the garden shed. This is a great area full of storage. There's a vice, it's a fantastic workshop, and when you're spending a lot of time on board the yacht, it's really important that you have an area where all this can go. Control panels in here. The washing machine also lives in this area. And here is the door into the engine room, which is totally immaculate. She has a Volvo Penta, as you can see. It's a D3 150, and also water maker. The Onan is a 7 kVA. Everything has been serviced and shut down, and the bilges are completely immaculate. The owner has very much enjoyed the fact that they're all white, so if there are any small leaks or problems, you can immediately identify the problems. The sound deadening is all very good, and she is very quiet when she is underway. So then we can shut the door. Then we're going to head aft. Absolutely enormous galley. Five-burner cooker, all gimbaled. Avonite surfaces, twin sink, drainer, masses and masses of storage. Microwave here, as you can see. There is huge refrigeration forward with a full-sized fridge and a ginormous freezer. In fact, we're going to have a look at the freezer now. That goes right back to the ship's side. It's really hard to see how vast it is, but it is pretty huge, all stainless steel and with a cherry door on the front so it's not intrusive. The fridge gets the same treatment, all in immaculate good shape. She has a side window here and also openers, so not only is the galley flooded with light, it's very good for ventilation. Of course, she's fully air conditioned. And now we're in the owner's cabin. Useful seat below the bed. She's got vertical windows, port and starboard, which we've just screened at the moment, but they let in an enormous amount of light. And also hatches above. These drawers are jolly clever. The whole area is massively spacious. There is storage everywhere you look. Here we go, enormous locker with shelving and room to hang things up. Full-length mirror. Big seating area on the starboard side. Ample room for two people to sit or to just lie down and read a book. Same deal on the starboard side for the hanging locker. Do you see how these doors have a line of wenge in them? It looks absolutely fabulous. And then into a huge owner's head, again with avonite, separated shower stall, lovely stainless fittings everywhere, electric towel rail. And then we go out through the galley and back up into the deck saloon. This yacht's very easy to walk around with lots of areas so that you can always hold on. And then we're going to go into the upper and lower berth cabin. This is a very big cabin. Fantastic use of wenge with the blonde wood. Masses of storage. All of the cockpit cushions are in that big storage cupboard at the moment. It gives you an idea of the volume. And then we walk forward into the guest heads compartment. Again, separated shower cubicle. All in super, super condition. Towel rail as ever. And the forward cabin really is a VIP cabin. It's finished using some lovely fabrics. Light absolutely floods through. These port lights are double-sized and it makes a huge difference to how the space feels. And it's certainly somewhere where you'd be happy to spend quite a lot of time. That picture there is where a TV could go. The owner didn't want that, but all the pre-wiring is there. Huge amount of storage in this cabin again. And it's really interesting to see the condition of the boat. You'd never think that she'd crossed oceans and been used enthusiastically since her launch in 2014. As the owner said, she's now absolutely 110% operational with no snags. That is a trotter box to make a berth on that starboard side if you wished. Access into the mast area, which is nice to have. And you see the finishing behind the scenes is all fantastic, and every bilge is sparkling white and immaculate. Look at the funky steps, just been refinished, and they are looking lovely. And then we turn and look back. Discovery 57 Peregrine, very cool blue water cruising yacht.